Hello, believers of Christ. Hope you're doing well. Today I'll be taking you guys through Genesis 3, verse 5. And it says, For God doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. So that's the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So this verse has 5 main teachings or lessons we can take away from it. The first one, Satan uses half-truths to deceive. The serpent claims that eating the fruit shall open their eyes and make them as gods, knowing good and evil, while it is in that Adam and Eve would gain knowledge of good and evil, as seen in Genesis 3 verse 22. That's a spoiler. It was not in the way Satan implied. Instead of becoming divine, they became separated from God due to sin. Satan often mixes truths with lies to make sin seem attractive. Yes, the devil uses deceits and half-truths to make sin look nice, but it's not. So we should have Christian discernment or godly discernment or spiritual discernment. The second teaching, temptations appeal to pride and independence. The serpent tempts Eve by making her think she can become like God, independent and powerful. This is the same sin that led to Satan's downfall, as seen in Isaiah 14:12 verse 15. Isaiah 14 verse 12 to 15. That's a spoiler. Today many people are tempted by the idea of self-sufficiency, rejecting God's authority in favor of their own desires. We need God. We can never be like God, but we need God. We need God in our lives. Yes. The desire for forbidden knowledge can be seen and can lead to sin. The third teaching. The tree represented knowledge that only God had the right to define. Instead of trusting God, Eve sought wisdom outside of him. Eve, no Eve, Eve don't do it. Eve, no, Eve man, no Eve. Many sins today stem from the desire for control, power, or secret knowledge that is outside God's will. Satan portrays God as withholding good. The fourth teaching. The serpent suggests that God is keeping something desirable from Adam and Eve, which was a lie. This is a common tactic of temptation, making people feel like God's commands are limiting instead of protecting them. Yes, God's commands are not restricting or limiting. They are to protect us and help us. In reality, God's boundaries are for our own good, and stepping outside of them brings consequences. Yes, God gave us His word to protect us from the likes of Satan, temptation, sin, and evil. Not to restrict us, but to protect us. God is a protective God, not a restrictive God. Sin begins in the mind before action. Before Eve eats the fruit, the temptation is planted in her mind. It started with one conversation, man. One conversation with a snake or a serpent. Boom. She starts believing Satan's lie before she acts on it. Yes, sin starts in the mind, then it's manifested in the body. This shows that resisting sin starts with guarding our thoughts and rejecting lies before they take truth. We as Christians should be aware that sin often disguises itself as something good, but it always has hidden consequences. Yes, sin looks good at first, then before you know it, it's a mess. We as Christians should not believe the lie that God is withholding something good from us. His commands are for our protection. God's commands and word and truth and instructions are for our protection as us Christians from darkness and evil. We as Christians should understand submitting to God's wisdom is better than seeking independence apart from Him. Yeah, we should submit to God's word rather than try be independent and make ourselves gods with a small g on earth. Now, it never ends well, man. It never ends well. When we go against God, it never ends well. When we go against God, it never ends well, man. Because we're always at constant spiritual warfare. So God's truth is there to help us. We as Christians should understand that sin often starts with a deceptive idea. We should reject it before it leads to action. Yeah, we should have spiritual discernment and reject sin at all costs. So that's all I had for today, guys. Thank you very much. God bless.